My name is Dr. Thomas Mitchell. I'm the Provost and Vice President for Academic Affairs. Welcome to this year's Freshman Welcome, TAMIU Class of 2023. The largest we've ever had, by the way. Before we begin the ceremony, please do not get up and leave to class until the conclusion of the ceremony. Your instructors are here anyway. If you have a 12:40 class, hopefully we'll finish in time for you to make it on time. Also, make sure that your cell phone is turned off or on vibrate, and please have the courtesy not to be checking on your phone during the ceremony. I promise you will not go into withdrawal. Let me introduce just some of the leaders and decision makers that will help shape your intellectual and social experience over the next 4 years. When I call your name, will you please stand? But audience, will you please withhold your applause until I have finished? The leader of our university, our president, Dr. Pablo Arenas. Come on, let's follow directions. Vice President for Finance and Administration, Mr. Juan Castillo. Now our deans. Dean of University College, Dr. Catherine Whiteman. Dean of the College of Arts and Sciences, Dr. Claudia San Miguel. Interim Dean of the School of Nursing and Health Sciences, Dr. Meredith Torregosa. Associate Dean of the College of Education, Dr. Alfredo Ramirez. Dean of the A.R. Sanchez Jr. School of Business, Dr. Steve Steers. And finally, Dean of the Graduate School, where I hope most of you will be in 5 years, Dr. Jennifer Coronado. In the interest of saving time, I will not introduce everyone else you should come to know during the next 4 years, but I would like them to stand and be recognized as a group. With the Associate Provosts, Associate Deans, the Associate Vice Presidents, the Director of the Library, and all the department chairs, please stand up and be recognized. Now you can applaud. Seated in the audience are the TAMIU faculty, the folks whose job it is to provoke, challenge, motivate, and inspire you in the coming years. Will all the faculty please rise and be recognized? Thank you for all that you do for TAMIU and to our students. If you would now, please rise and join Alicia McCauley, TAMIU Voice student, in singing the national anthem. You may be seated. I now invite to the podium the sixth president of Texas A&M International University, your president, Dr. Pablo Arenas.
Good morning. I had the opportunity to welcome many of you this past summer at orientation, but let me welcome you again, the class of 2023, to the Texas A&M International University family. You are part of a unique group of students, the 50th class to enter TAMIU. You can clap. And you will have the opportunity to celebrate with us during this year, culminating in a giant party next September, a year from now. Plutarch, the Greek historian and a student of Plato, once wrote, "The mind is not a vessel to be filled, but a fire to be kindled." Over the next 4 years, you will have multiple opportunities to have that fire kindled and rekindled and rekindled by new knowledge, challenging ideas, and intriguing concepts that will test your beliefs, inspire you to reach new heights, and change you forever. The next 4 years, and I will repeat that, the next 4 years, not 5, not 6, the next 4 years will be among the most exhilarating and thought-provoking times of your life. The flames will be stoked by an outstanding faculty and staff who are passionate about teaching, committed to challenging you, inspiring you, and stimulating your mind. You will hear from one of these outstanding faculty members in a few minutes. I encourage you to seek out and engage faculty members, not only in the classroom, but outside the classroom. These faculty members are involved in exciting research, scholarship, and creative activities. You can work with them in their research, in their search for new knowledge, but you have to seek them out. Do it. You will have many opportunities over the next 4 years. Again, 4 years, 4 years. That's what we repeat it 3 times and people remember it. To take part in activities on campus that will enrich your life in other ways. You need to take advantage of them. Become involved in the leadership programs. Join a club or an organization. Join student government. Attend athletic events. Get involved. Finally, I urge you to learn a new language, human or machine. It will make you more marketable. Study abroad. It will expand your perspectives and change your life. I want to leave you with this quote from Charles Schulz, the creator of the Peanuts cartoon. He said, "Try not to have too much fun. This is supposed to be educational. However, the fun in and of learning is necessary for the kindling of that fire." Good luck to all of you this year.
I now invite to the podium your other president, this year's president of the Student Government Association, Mr. Adrian Salcedo. Adrian is a senior at Texas A&M International University, and he's working toward his Bachelor of Arts in Criminal Justice and Political Science. Prior to being SGA president, he served in the capacity of Chief Justice and the Director of Freshman Representative Council of the SGA. He is also involved with the Model United Nations Society of South Texas, Phi Sigma Alpha, and the Political Science Honors Association. After graduation, he plans to attend graduate school and to pursue a master's in public administration. Please welcome Adrian Salcedo.
Thank you, Dr. Mitchell. Good morning, Dust Devils. It is a great honor to be standing here today, welcoming you officially to Texas A&M International University, where you will start the next chapter of your life. Texas A&M International University is a unique university in academics, involvement, faculty, and staff. With so many different universities available to you, you chose to enroll at TAMIU. a university that will dedicate and focus on your success as a Dust Devil. As you might already noticed from walking to class, talking to your professors or university administrators, your freshman cohort will be celebrating our university's 50th anniversary together, highlighting a culture and tradition of success in the South Texas region. With so many activities happening around our campus, I encourage you to get involved, attend our signature events, engage in research, and most importantly, take advantage of our opportunities here at TAMIU. All of this will be an important factor towards your success. All these memories that you will be doing, you will be creating friendships as a lifetime and memories here at TAMIU. As freshmen, we are always eager to know about the recipe for success in college. Overall, the ingredients for this recipe are some of the things that you already heard countless of times. In academics, for example, time management will perhaps be the most important ingredient. When in question, always ask. You may never know. Someone next to you or far away from the class may have the same question. Another ingredient is to get to know your professors. Visit them during their office hours. Participate in class, as they can provide valuable guidance while you continue your education at this wonderful institution. I remember 3 years ago, I was sitting in the back of this ceremony wondering, how am I even going to make it through my university career? Will I even be here next semester? Long story short, my journey in becoming a Dust Devil was extremely difficult. But it was at this very same ceremony that I was challenged and given the opportunity to become a part of this wonderful university. Little did I know that 3 years later, I would be here today sharing my ingredients of recipe for success. Do not doubt yourself, as I truly believe that every student who wants to become a Dust Devil has the potential and the opportunity to shine. Throughout this lifetime, TAMIU has grown in enrollment with more than 8,000 students enrolled this semester. Student Life has over 100 active student organizations. And finally, by getting TAMIU's name out there, not just locally, but nationally and across all the globe. As an example, our education program has been recognized by different institutions and school districts around the South Texas region. Your experiences, memories, and friendships at TAMIU are just starting and will live on forever with you. It is up to you to create your story. Share them with your family, friends, and share them internationally, as TAMIU wants to see you go beyond. As my time here at TAMIU will soon conclude, I can't emphasize enough to take advantages of the opportunities, the resources, and the uniqueness that TAMIU has to offer. Once again, I invite you to dedicate your time and efforts towards this institution and grow an emotional attachment towards this university, your alma mater. My name is Adrian Sancelo, and I welcome you to Texas A&M International University. Thank you.
Wasn't that good? Yeah. Every year, each college nominates exceptional classroom teachers to compete for 2 teaching awards. For fixed-term faculty, the faculty who are not tenured and not on tenure track, the colleges nominate someone for the Faculty Senate, and the Faculty Senate selects an outstanding teacher of the year. For tenured and tenure-track faculty, the colleges nominate and the Faculty Senate selects a distinguished teacher of the year. Both recipients will receive a $500 award, a certificate, and most of all, a reserved parking space. The winner of the Outstanding Teacher of the Year award for 2019 is a law school graduate licensed to practice law in the state of Oklahoma, and a longtime successful teacher of business law, business ethics, and business communication here at TAMIU. Miss Kimber Palmer, would you please stand and be recognized? The TAMIU Distinguished Teacher of the Year Award is actually an award for a career of teaching excellence, and as I said earlier, it is awarded to tenured and tenure-track faculty. The winner this year holds 4 degrees from the University of Alabama, beginning with a BS in biology and ending with a PhD in instructional leadership with an emphasis on social and cultural studies of education. A former middle school and high school teacher, as a university scholar and mentor to future teachers, she specializes in science and mathematics education. As is our custom, she will now have an opportunity to speak to you. Please welcome to the podium Assistant Professor of Education, Dr. Punit Gill.
Good morning, freshman class of 2023. Let me begin by saying I'm honored to be standing before you today at our 50th anniversary, and I would love to give you a few words of encouragement as you begin this new year. When I was gathering my thoughts about what to say this morning, I consulted my husband's 93-year-old grandmother, and without hesitation, she told me it was bravery and ambition that were the keys to success. And I agree, they are important components of who you will become one day. I have witnessed this with my own father, who bravely traveled to 3 different countries before deciding to immigrate to the U.S., and my mother, who bravely fought discrimination in her workplace. Bravery and ambition give you the confidence to seize an opportunity or to fight against injustice, to stand up in a situation, and to give you strength when you need it the most. When I recall the beginning of my undergraduate years, I was not so brave or ambitious. Yet I wanted to acquire these qualities, so I challenged myself. I decided I wanted to be a part of campus politics, and specifically the Student Government Association, or SGA. There were many different organizations and social clubs on campus, but I aimed high, and I went for the one that might have been the most exclusive. I had a lot of ambition. I found out most of the meetings were closed door, so I decided to invite myself to their meeting. Well, I got the most wide-eyed looks from many surprised members, many of which who were male, but it didn't deter me. I didn't get up and leave during the meeting despite this cold shoulder reception, because little did they remember the Student Government Association meetings were supposed to be open to all students. Now, my bravery ended there. I was not encouraged to come to another meeting by the members, and I was a little put off by the arrogance that they showed. Even though I may have been discouraged by this organization, I continued my quest and found a home within the organizations of my college, the College of Education. They supported my ambition to become a successful teacher, and I found out that many of these student groups welcome new leaders. As a new student to this campus, you may feel brave and ambitious, or you may not, but I encourage you to become just that, brave and ambitious, by determining what your goals are here at TAMIU, and by becoming involved in campus. Find the campus organizations and associations, research opportunities, and yet study abroad trips that will further your goals in life. I recently found out we have over 78 organizations. Take exciting, challenging classes that you may not have intended to take. Enrich your life and your mind, not just your resume. Much of what makes TAMIU a special place to study are the wonderful staff, teachers, and administrators who smile and encourage you every single day. You may never know what opportunities await you if you don't question, seek, and search answers. Some of you may even start your own organizations. In some, I encourage you to make a world of difference this year during our 50th anniversary celebration and be both brave and ambitious. Thank you.
Thank you, Punit. The Senator Dr. Judith A. Zaffarini Award for Scholarship and Leadership recognizes both a faculty member and a student who have excelled as scholars and as effective leaders. It is now my pleasure to introduce to you someone with whom you should strive to emulate. The 2019 student winner of the Senator Dr. Judith Zaffarini Award for Scholarship and Leadership, Bianca Serda. Bianca graduated with honors from TAMIU this past May. earning a Bachelor of Arts in Sociology with a minor in Kinesiology. During her undergraduate experience, she participated in research under the guidance of Dr. Kate Houston and worked as a student success mentor. She was a member of the Study Abroad Global Ambassadors, having studied abroad herself in Florence, Italy. She also participated in the International Student Mentor Program and the Student Philanthropy Council. She now attends graduate school at Texas A&M University in College Station, working on a Master's of Student Affairs Administration in Higher Education. Please welcome Bianca Cerda.
Wow, this is great. Hi, freshmen. Proud? Dust Devils? Come on. Hi, freshmen. Hello. Okay, thank you, Dr. Mitchell. Good morning, my fellow Dust Devil family. I hope you all have a wonderful summer, and I'm glad that everyone is here. To our faculty, staff, students, guests, and the wonderful class of 2023, my name is Bianca Cerda, and 4 years ago, I was in your shoes. 4 years ago, I did not know what I was getting myself into. I was filled with nerve and excitement all at the same time. And I know what you're thinking. Graduation seems so far away, but it goes by in a blink of an eye. Trust me. I am here to provide you with successful tips that will help you enjoy your journey and be successful here at TAMIU. One is build relationships with professors, as Dr. Adena said before. They will serve as an instrument of knowledge and guidance. A close bond with professors can assist a deeper learning environment, and they will become a built-in mentor for life. Take advantage of the fact that you are at an institution small enough where the professor will remember you by your name. Next, get involved. I know that's what everyone's been saying, get involved, but what does that truly mean to you? Getting involved, find something like campus activities boards, the International Student Mentor Program, Greek Life, whatever the case may be. Getting involved on campus offers you a chance to develop skills that you will not get in the classroom. It also helps you build community and discover your passion and strengths. Involvement provides you with the opportunity to network among other campus collaborators. And the biggest one, study abroad. I cannot stress this enough, freshmen. It's in our name, Texas A&M International. Studying abroad will allow you to appreciate cultures and overcome challenges. Plus, it provides you with an opportunity with education and experience. Lastly, set goals for yourself, whether it's academically, professionally, or personally. All goals are achievable. My greatest mentor once told me here at TAMIU, I was a sophomore, and he told me, a goal without a plan is just a dream. Sorry, let me repeat that. A goal without a plan is just a dream. So remember that. A goal without a plan is just a dream. This morning, you, the class of 2023, start your journey in achieving your aspirations in the wonderful place I love to call home. Thank you.
And now I would like to invite Dr. Conchita Hickey, Dean Emeritus of University College, to speak with you about reading the globe.
Thank you, Dr. Mitchell. Welcome, faculty and staff, but principally, welcome, freshmen, my favorite group of students. Woo. All right, in a few minutes, you're going to hear a presentation from 15 very fortunate and talented students who won the competition for a trip to Cambodia, which was based on the Reading the Globe Common Read. Now, you all are the 12th class to be participating in this Reading the Globe program through your reading of Never Stop Walking in your freshman seminar class, and it's focused on Brazil. So pretty much by the end of October, 15 of you sitting here were going to be selected to travel, all expenses paid, to Brazil. And so we're very excited about this opportunity every year. The flags back here represent the 12 countries that we have already visited. So this is the 12th year that we do this program. And I want to take the opportunity to thank our administration, particularly our presidents and vice presidents and our deans, who all support, and our staff who support this marvelous program. So I hope you enjoy the show. I want, before we started, to just recognize Dr. Haley Kazin and Lucy Maldonado, who led the trip last year. So they're right there. And but let's get on with the show. The students have been practicing and practicing, and they're very excited to share their travel experiences with you. We hope you enjoy it.
As a student who is in your position, I can only imagine what you must be thinking. What is this presentation about? Last year, we heard the story of the TAMIU students who went to Russia. But this year, we are fortunate enough to tell you ours. At the beginning of last year, my freshman class was required to read the book First They Killed My Father. The book immediately grabbed my attention, and I became aware of how little I knew about the world around me. It was about a 6-year-old Cambodian girl named Lung, whose life changed when the Khmer Rouge regime overthrew the Cambodian government in 1975, about 45 years ago. I learned about the struggle of Lung and her family as they tried to survive the brutalities of the Khmer Rouge and the dictator Pol Pot. When the time came to write the essay, I knew it was a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, and I had to give myself the chance. At first, I had to overcome my fears about writing the essay, but I knew traveling would take me outside of my comfort zone. What did I have to lose? When I got selected, I couldn't believe it. I was finally going to experience life outside of my small town, Roma. The trip itself taught me so much. It expanded my horizons and showed me that I want to make a difference in this world. Becoming a Reading the Globe ambassador was one of the best decisions I ever made. It changed my world and life perspective. I was exposed to a different culture, language, and my fellow ambassadors ended up becoming some of my closest friends. Before I knew it, I was 9,213 miles away from Laredo. Our first stop was Phnom Penh. It was the beginning of an adventure that I will always hold dear to my heart.
Before reading First They Killed My Father, I did not know anything about the Cambodian genocide. Thanks to Reading the Globe, I was given the opportunity to travel to Cambodia, to explore, learn its culture, meet its people, basically experience another world. It was not until we visited the killing fields that we realized the consequences of the genocide. Our guide described how the Khmer Rouge carried out the killings. We remained silent, observing, and learning about the pain and horror thousands of innocent people suffered. Towards the end of our tour, we arrived at the memorial tower, filled with the skulls and bones of the victims. I stood in front of the tower, placing down the burning incense and flowers in my hand, and I realized the images I painted in my mind while reading the book did not come close to the cruel reality these victims faced. After visiting the killing fields, we reflected on the profound impact of the whole experience. Needless to say, the bus ride to the next destination was silent.
S21, Security Prison 21. Once a place for learning, Chowpon Hadiat High School became a place of imprisonment, torture, and execution. Dozens, hundreds, thousands of people entered this place, but few left it. As we walk through its floors, the photographs of those that perished there fill our eyes. Frightening and depressing, they started to fade away. They became a single recognizable face everywhere we look. An emotional detachment happened, And that is when I realized the importance of that place. The prisoners never left the place, as visitors dehumanized their existence into a simple historical fact that did not cause any feeling anymore. Now, I carry their faces with me to never forget what once happened in that place.
While we were in Cambodia, we were given the opportunity to meet with both a survivor and perpetrator of the Khmer Rouge genocide. Absolutely none of us knew what to expect when the perpetrator walked into the room. However, we definitely did not envision an elderly man who at first glance did not resemble our image of a Khmer Rouge soldier. He was extremely open to our questions and spoke about his life as a farmer before he was forced to join the Khmer Rouge. At the end of our meeting, we shared a few laughs together as he recounted how his neighbor was shocked to learn that he was once a perpetrator. That same day, we met with a former prisoner of S-21. Despite his time at the prison and losing his family because of the genocide, the man had a positive outlook. He had recently published a memoir about the impact the Khmer Rouge had on his life, and through his writing, he shared what many Cambodians endured. This has inspired other survivors to come forth with their stories. It's easy to imagine tragedies like these as stories. However, behind the words written are pain, sorrow, loss, and guilt, felt deeply by real people with real families, just like us.
In the city of Phnom Penh, we spent most of our time at the Documentation Center of Cambodia, also known as the DCCAM. It is a US-funded organization dedicated to promoting memory, justice, and reconciliation after the genocide. One of their major accomplishments has been to incorporate the genocide's history into the school curriculum, since the recent generation are questioning the genocide even occurred. They have as well contributed information they've gathered to the court trials that indicted many of the Khmer Rouge soldiers. During our visit, we also enjoyed a documentary about the history of rock and roll in Cambodia and the punishment that artists encountered during the Khmer Rouge rule and the emotion they felt when music was torn away from them. To promote DC Camp's mission of keeping history alive, they used art as a way to involve many students. We were surrounded by many works of art portraying students' imagination about what Phnom Penh could have been if the genocide had not occurred. The detailed artwork showed Cambodian students' talent and the hope they have for the reconstruction of Phnom Penh. The works of art were breathtaking and made us ponder the grave effects of war.
Traveling to northern Cambodia, we arrived at the city of Siem Reap. In this wonderful city, we visited one of the 7 wonders of the world, Angkor Wat. At 5 in the morning, we made our way deep into the jungle of Siem Reap as complete darkness surrounded us. Our guide was the gravel beneath our feet and the flashlights of our cell phones. Soon, we found the ruins of the greatest gem of Cambodia. We stood at the edge of the lake in front of the temple and patiently waited for the sun to rise. The colors of the sky turned from blue to purple to pink to orange, and the beauty of the temple was revealed as the sun rose. This majestic temple covers 406 acres of land, almost twice the size of our campus. Angkor Wat was built during the 12th century, originally constructed to be a Hindu temple. It later became a Buddhist temple. The architecture is incredibly complex. Every brick is carefully placed, and the history carved into its walls is impeccably crafted. Stories from wars to gods still remain within the walls of the temple. The 5 main pillars on the temple are meant to represent Mount Meru, the home of the devas, or the gods. We visited one of the most beautiful sites on earth and immersed ourselves into the history of Cambodia.
Religion gives many people purpose to their lives. It is hard to fathom the conditions a society would suffer without a system of their core beliefs. Under the Khmer Rouge, this became a reality. In Cambodia, the practice of religion was stripped completely. Prior to the war, 93% of Cambodia's population practiced Buddhism. The Khmer Rouge considered monks parasitic to their perfect society and therefore often killed them. Imagine the impact of abolishing a religion practiced by so many. Actually, Buddhism is a lifestyle rather than a religion, but it is important to note that it is highly influenced by Hinduism. Islam is another religion practiced by Cambodians. Muslims were also subjected to the cruelties of the genocide. Many of them were forced to practice their religion in secrecy for fear of execution. We were inspired by the admirable faith and courage of those willing to carry their beliefs to the grave. Despite our diverse beliefs, the religious communities of Cambodia instilled in us hope that we can experience happiness in spite of adversity.
During the course of the trip, I, as well as some fellow ambassadors, experienced a holiday normally spent with family in a country halfway around the world. We celebrated the New Year in Phnom Penh, Cambodia, among the locals. We took a tuk-tuk to the riverside and were instantly surprised by the number of people, motorcycles, and vendors filling the streets. Families sat by the riverside, popping fireworks, waiting for midnight. Colorful boats lit up the river with people dancing and celebrating. The smell of smoke from the fireworks and food filled the air. In the distance, spotlights from a stage lit up the sky, and we could hear the faint cheers of fans. As midnight approached, the revelers moved from the streets to the riverbank, and everyone began the countdown together. When the clock struck 12, cheers, screams, hugs, and laughter filled the air, and the sky became beautifully lit by hundreds of fireworks. Even though we may have been reluctant to spend the New Year away from our loved ones, we decided to take a leap and embrace the unknown. In return, we received beautiful, once-in-a-lifetime memories that we would never forget.
When the ambassadors and I found out that our trip had been extended to Thailand, we knew that this was another chance to connect with Luang's journey. Similar to Cambodia, we realized that Thailand's traditions and culture are reflected through its temples. First, we visited Wat Pho, best known for having the Temple of the Reclining Buddha. Measuring 46 meters long and 15 meters high, the beautiful gold-plated statue could not be captured in photos because it was enormous. I was looking at one of the largest Buddha statues in Thailand. The reclining Buddha represents the Buddha entering nirvana after the end of all reincarnation. Although its main attraction is the reclining Buddha, hundreds of other Buddha images and statues rest within the temple, making it one of the most sacred places. Later, we took a long-tail boat ride and crossed the Chao Phraya River to arrive at the Temple of Dawn, measuring approximately 2 soccer fields. It was a sight to see. Resiliency and peace were a central theme I experienced at every place we visited. Although it was built more than 300 years ago, the temple still stood tall and strong. The culture and history that each temple held mesmerized us all as we walked through them, learning their importance to the people of Thailand.
One of my favorite sites in Thailand was a Buddhist park, Butamontun. In the park, we transitioned from a fast-paced city life to a more serene environment, the perfect way to truly reflect on our journey. Guided by a monk, we had the opportunity to admire nature. In this park, we learned more about the Buddhist way of life by understanding its background and philosophy. Buddha had 4 stages of life that helped him find his inner peace. We strolled around the park to see the visual representations of his life, enlightenment, first sermon, and death. Along the way, we learned that in Buddhism, happiness can be achieved not by living comfortably, but by having peace of mind. The monk's wise words have taught me a new philosophy of life, one that I had not considered before. Traveling to Thailand has made me grow as a person, something that will stay with me forever.
Part of our experience as Reading the Globe ambassadors was spending time with people in both Cambodia and Thailand by doing homestay visits. A homestay is basically staying with a local family when traveling to foreign countries. Our first homestay visit was in rural Cambodia, where the houses were simple, cozy wood structures elevated on stilts. In each of the 3 rooms that we stayed in, there was a large bare mat surrounded by a mosquito net and a solar-powered fan. However, we could only use one electrical source at a time, so it was either keeping the light on, keeping the fan on, or charging our phones. We all opted for the fans. Our guide even had to teach us how to flush the toilet by having to pour bucketfuls of water into it. Later, our tour guide took us to his own village center where we played with the village kids for the rest of the afternoon. It was an amazing experience. We played duck, duck, goose, freeze tag, and even some volleyball with the older kids. Our next homestay visit was in the Amphawa floating village in Thailand. Here, all 15 of us stayed in the same house. Once inside, we discovered that the back of the house was open to a river that the locals used for transport. The house was walking distance from the famous Amphawa floating village, where we purchased goods and later took a nocturnal firefly boat tour. The magic of seeing the night sky in utter darkness and the excitement of having our boat break down in the middle of the river made for an unforgettable experience. These homestay experiences have helped me better understand the way of life in both Cambodia and Thailand. By stepping outside of my comfort zone, I was able to empathize with the locals and realize the great differences and similarities we all share as people.
Everyday life in Cambodia was filled with life, culture, adventures, and warm smiles from local people. Even though many Cambodians lost everything when the Khmer Rouge took over, their resilience sustained them. As we walked through the city of Phnom Penh, the architecture spoke about the history of Cambodia and its people. Through the buildings, we saw how they overcame the adversities of war and built a new promising path. The Cambodian culture was showcased in a dance performance titled Earth and Sky. Through this performance, we learned about the village life and ancestral traditions. We learned that Cambodia valued the arts as a way to promote memory, justice, and reconciliation for all the horrors that they suffered before. During the day, we treated ourselves to local foods inspired by Cambodian history. Curiosity filled our minds as we feasted on Khmer red curry and tarantulas. Through this, we embraced the local culture and became comfortable in our new environment. Through Reading the Globe, I grew as an individual and became thankful for experiencing one of the happiest moments in my life. We all have habits in our daily routine, from how we arrive at our places of work and study to how we earn money to put a meal on our table. It is what we have in common with those around us. On our visit to Cambodia and Thailand, we noticed a very different set of habits, particularly when it came to transportation and daily living routines. Cars and tour buses were outnumbered by motorcycles and tuk-tuks, which are the most common way to go from point A to point B. Both tourists and locals use tuk-tuks since it costs as little as $1 or $2 to arrive at your destination. Every time we got on a tuk-tuk, because of the open cab, we had the opportunity to look around and notice details about Cambodian and Thai culture. As we passed through the markets, we noticed how many people and families depend on their market sales, such as prepared foods, arts and crafts, flowers, and more. They even sell you the opportunity to hold a tarantula. As we were choosing souvenirs to take home, they welcomed us into a part of their lives, and we got a taste of their fascinating culture.
As our trip came to an end, I and all my fellow ambassadors were left with memories and life lessons. For 2 weeks, we had spent every moment learning and adapting to a completely different culture from our own. Every day came with its own share of challenges that we all look back on and smile about. This opportunity provided by our university was something that I had never envisioned myself doing. One thing that I cherish more from this trip than the beautiful sights is learning that happiness can be found in the smiles and laughter of those who surround you. I am overwhelmed with emotions at the sudden realization that I'm living through some of the best days of my life. And although this experience has now become a memory, it has forever changed who I am as a person. When I made the decision to attend Texas A&M International last year, as all of you have, I was completely unaware of how true the international aspect of this university would be. Looking back at where I was a year ago, sitting in a classroom, discussing a book about a country I had no idea even existed, really opened up my eyes to the reality that we have so much more to learn beyond these walls, and we have the power to make a world of difference. With the help of Reading the Globe, we have been able to have a unique and memorable educational experience that taught us the power of resiliency. The stories that you have heard today about our experiences could easily be you. TAMIU is opening up the doors to the rest of the world, and it is up to you to walk through them.
Most of you are from South Texas, and I like to tell potential faculty members who come see me for an interview that though 93% of our students are Hispanic, almost all from South Texas, we are international, certainly in our faculty. We try to bring the world to South Texas. We have faculty from, at last count, 25 different native countries. And the Chronicle of Higher Education recently ranked us among four-year universities 8th in the country for the diversity of its faculty. I think that deserves a round of applause. So as all the speakers have emphasized, study abroad. See if you can manage to go on a study abroad trip. We do have financial aid for that. So don't let money discourage you from applying and looking into it. Henry David Thoreau once wrote, "If you have built your castles in the air, good, that's where they belong. Now put the foundations under them." Dream big, build your castles in the air, but then work hard to put a foundation under them to make those dreams a reality. That is why you're here, to imagine and reimagine yourself and the dreams that you have for you and for your family, and to acquire the knowledge, the intellectual and communication skills, and the work habits that will put the foundation under those dreams and help your life be fulfilling and successful. Make the most of this opportunity, as the President emphasized, this 4-year opportunity to build your future. This concludes our ceremony. Please stand and join as Alicia McCauley comes back to the stage and leads us all in singing the Alma Mater, which is printed on the back of your program. Immediately following, please listen, immediately following the recessional, students, please remain seated as the stage party and the faculty recess out of the building. After they have left, then you can go to class. Thank you and have a great semester. Alicia?